So I heard Lids is looking for the ultimate hat collector. Well, look no further, Lids, because you're looking at him. Oh. What's up everyone, my name is REZRECTION, but I go by Rez for short, and this is my response to the 8th annual Ultimate Hat Collector hosted by Lids. I woke up one morning and I saw that Lids is looking to crown a new hat collector champion, and I think I'm suited for this, man. So just a little bit about me. I was born and raised in the Bay Area, California, man. I love the West Coast. This is my home, and I collect a lot of things. I've been collecting for a long time, as you can see behind me. But one of my hobbies that I really love to collect are none other than hats. Almost 99% of the time that I go out, I have to have a hat on. If you see me without one, it's very rare. One of my earliest memories of me trying on my first ever New Era cap was actually back in middle school. My family was out somewhere on vacation or something. I don't remember why I wasn't there. I think I was at school at the time, but they asked me what I wanted to have them bring back. And I remember I told them that I wanted a 5950 New Era New York Yankees fitted. I didn't care what color it was. I just wanted that logo on my head because the New York Yankees logo is just a timeless classic, even though I'm a Giants fan. I don't remember what happened to that hat. I know I didn't throw it away. Maybe my parents donated it or something, because it was probably faded as all hell because I wore that thing to death. Then shortly after that, it just created this huge snowball effect. I remember I just started to buy more fitted hats, more New Era hats with different teams, different colors and things like that. And then I started to get into other styles as well, not just New Era, but, I started to get more into different branded snapbacks. 47 brand is another brand that I've grown fond to. A lot of older Reebok hats when they had licensing with NFL at the time, and just a lot of different things and variety. And one of the things that I love about hats are just the individuality and personalities you can express wearing them. There's so many different hats other than sports. You have streetwear, which I'm a very big fan of. You also have pop culture. I'm a huge pop culture guy, as you can see behind my wall again, and just so many other different things, man. There's just so many different ways to express your style, your personality, and just be an individual person, man. And yes, I know I'm talking a lot about hats. You guys probably want to see my collection, right? I'll show you some. Come on, let's take a look. All right, lid is off. So let's start diving into some of my collection, shall we? Now, as I mentioned earlier in this video, I'm from the Bay Area, California, and one thing that we take great pride in is our sports teams. So this hat right here really tells that. It's a great testament. This here is the NBA championships of the Golden State Warriors in 2015. This is the birth of a dynasty, guys, and I know the Warriors are not doing so great right now, and we're kind of looking like what it seems to be the end of the dynasty, but this is what started it, if that is truly the end for us, man. And this beautiful hat, as I mentioned, is a snapback, and it's a classic hat, man, and I'm proud to own this one in my hat collection. Another hat that is worth sharing with you guys is this dope fitted hat right here. This is a SJSU Spartans hat. This is actually my alma mater. I attended San Jose State right after high school and graduated in 5 years from there, man, with a 3.8 GPA, if that means anything. But a lot of great memories when I was in San Jose State as a student. This has a very significant part in my life as well. Let's go Spartans. All right, this hat here is a very rare one. I've seen this go for a lot of money on eBay, but thankfully I got it for much less than that. And this is a vintage hat, guys, of my favorite hockey team, the San Jose Sharks. I just so happen to be from San Jose, California, so this has a lot more significance than you think it does for me. So this is a sports specialties hat, guys. It is a vintage hat, very old, but as you can see, the previous owner kept it in immaculate shape. So beautiful, beautiful hat, guys. I try to keep this on ice as much as possible, no pun intended. I want to protect my vintage hats, try to wear these on special occasions, but this is a very classic and rare hat for sure. Also, we can't forget about my favorite football team now. This one right here, guys, is a Mitchell & Ness snapback. Mitchell & Ness is one of my favorite jersey brands. You know, they're a sportswear company that has grown tremendously throughout the years, but they also specialize in headwear. And I'm glad they do because I love their hats, guys. This one is a big logo of the San Francisco 49ers. This is a dope hat made by Mitchell & Ness, and it is a snapback, of course, and green underbill with that nice vintage look and feel as well, so that is classic. And another one, guys, that I have here is pretty cool. This is a kind of a mashup hat, if you will, between two franchises with, you know, two different colors here. So you can see the red and black, which are predominantly 49ers colors, but as you can see, it is a San Francisco Giants logo. So this was a nice little mashup that Hat Club did, really cool. And, you know, just to see the patch here on the side to resemble the colors of the hat is also nice to see. I like those cross branding hats, especially with the Bay Area stuff with the teams. You know, seeing San Francisco 49ers colorway on a San Francisco Giants hat, or even vice versa with like the Warriors being in San Francisco and Oakland. Like, I love those mashups. Matter of fact, here's another one that is supposed to resemble that when Oakland was hosting the Warriors at Oracle Arena. This is a Giants hat. But it's pretty cool, guys. Obviously now the Warriors are in San Francisco, so that's a nice little homage to pay those tribute with these colors. So that's cool. I also have some A's stuff right here. This is a nice little sports specialties hat. As you can see, I still have the tags on this. I do fully intend to wear this at some point. I just don't know when. But as you can see, this is a nice little script hat made by Sports Specialties. And you got that nice little A's logo there. And still brand new. But why don't we jump into like some streetwear miscellaneous stuff as well. Now, streetwear culture has been a very big part of my life for as long as I can remember, and I have a lot of different streetwear hats, man. This one right here is actually my favorite streetwear brand, the infamous Atom Bomb, and the streetwear brand is known as the Hundreds. Big shout outs to Bobby and Ben, you know, the Hundreds. This is a really dope hat, this corduroy style here with this nice little like wheat brown color. But it is a snapback, and I just love streetwear, man, especially the Hundreds, what they have. This one is a nice little script here, and it has that nice little green. This hat actually, the reason why I bought this hat, not only because the Hundreds is my favorite brand, but the colors do remind me of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I like the green, and I like how it reps Los Angeles, man, which is heavily what that game was inspired by, but that's pretty cool. One thing that I love about the Bay Area as well is our culture out here with music. You already know, if you grew up in the hyphy era, which is what I grew up with, you know, man, you know what I'm talking about. But this is more of an underground vibe, and this logo right here, guys, is none other than Hieroglyphics, which is a hip hop underground group, if you want to call them that. They're a lot more well known now, but this logo here, very iconic. And these are new era hats. I have two right now. I have other ones as well. I have other colors, but the colors that I have in my collection are supposed to resemble Bay Area teams or Bay Area vibes, like this one with the black and orange. Obviously, guys, San Francisco Giants, my favorite baseball team. And then of course we have this black and yellow. This could be either the A's or the Warriors, take your pick, but definitely these are Bay Area vibes right here. Looking at this hat right here, this is a very old hat in my collection, but it is still in great shape, and this is a streetwear brand known as Rocksmith. People look at me like, yo, how are you wearing a Raiders hat? It actually says Ninjas, so technically it's not a Raiders hat, even though it has Raiders vibes to it with the colors and whatnot. So this is a nice hat too. I love Ninjas first and foremost, man. So this was a must cop for me. Shepard Fairey, Obey, one of my favorite graffiti artists. This is such an iconic logo right here, and to have it on a hat is dope. Here we have more Hundreds fitteds. As you can see, I love this brand so much. Another one of my favorite streetwear brands that I've been rocking with for a long time is none other than Stussy. Been around for a long time. The real OGs know. I got a nice little Wu-Tang fitted here. Wu-Tang is for the children, people. I got some classic colors of Undefeated, which is another streetwear brand that I love to rock. And you would not have a streetwear brand without the classic Supreme, guys. This is pretty much no explanation needed. Both hats This is a collab hat. This is also a Harris tweed wool, 5950. So you already know, guys, the quality on this, A1. Also being from the Bay, you already know that H, that Huff symbol, such a classic. Rest in peace to Keith Huffnagel. This is another beautiful hat that I recently just got not too long ago. I actually found it on sale, which is even better. But this is a Takashi Murakami hat here with the iconic flowers. As you can see, it's an all-around print. I usually wear this around spring, summertime. Right now, this is not really the weather for this, so this is more of an occasional seasonal hat for me. Also have another brand, Information, Hawaii-based brand, which is really nice floral print here. Dope snapback. One thing that I really enjoyed growing up as a kid as well were dinosaurs, and this is a fully laced hat, man, a local brand out here in the Bay, but as you can see, it does have this beautiful dinosaur print with just like all over, and you have this like cracked little effects here. Really cool hat, guys. I like this one a lot. I could pair this with a lot of different sneakers in my collection as well, which is cool. We got this nice little dragon here. The material on this thing is crazy. It's almost like a satin polyester material, but I found this long time ago for dirt cheap, and man, it just screams so much. It pops. Growing up in the 90s, I also was a huge fan of video games, and one of my favorite video game franchises of all time was Street Fighter. So these hats right here, guys, are paying homage to the franchise. This dope design right here does say Shoryuken, which is super sick. As you can see, resembles like the Supreme look and feel. This dope hat right here got this nice little like pleather material. This one is of my favorite Street Fighter character, Ryu. And we have this dope Information hat with Sagat as well with the eye patch. Got this nice little Mickey Mouse hat as well. This is a vintage hat, and you can see that the top of the bill here is like this beautiful suede material. Really cool. Really nice. And we got Kermit the Frog. Who doesn't like Kermit the Frog, right? Now looking at more of my pop culture hats, we could see here I have some snapbacks and fitteds, mixture here, Dragon Ball, inspired by Goku, my favorite anime character of all time. Also, if we're looking for my favorite Power Ranger of all time, look no further, the Green Ranger, Tommy Oliver. Rest in peace to the actor who played him, Jason David Frank, man. I was very fortunate to meet him and actually take a side-by-side photo, and I was in my White Ranger cosplay, so that just goes to show how diehard I was, right? You can call me crazy, but I did it. We got some Transformers. We also got some Star Wars, Boba Fett, obviously with The Mandalorian being a very popular show as well. Ninja Turtles, man, if you grew up in the 80s, 90s, we all heard of the Ninja Turtles, right? And of course, one of my favorite comic book cartoons in the 90s, the X-Men right here. This dope new era X-Men fitted, and this classic Wolverine new era fitted as well, which is my favorite Marvel character. And of course, we have some newer 950 hats. This is a snapback of the Avengers. I got this on my trip when I was at San Diego Comic-Con, and of course with the upcoming movie coming out, Deadpool. So excited for this one, man. Another thing that's worth mentioning is that I grew up as a huge pro wrestling fan, especially with WWE, and this hat right here, guys, is a very special one in my collection. This is a Stone Cold Steve Austin hat, but what makes it really special for me is that it is actually signed not by Stone Cold, but it was signed by current San Francisco 49er tight end George Kittle. So this hat right here, guys, basically, as you can see, the pin, the significance of this hat being signed by George Kittle is that George Kittle grew up as a huge wrestling fan like myself. He's always going to wrestling events here locally, and I have actually seen him a couple times, and I actually got to meet him in person one day. And you know, he's doing a signing, and I had him sign this hat right here. So it has a significance meaning. You can see the side-by-side picture here, which is really cool. I just thought it was a dope moment to have, and we talked wrestling for a little bit, but I had to keep moving because the line was super long. Although Stone Cold Steve Austin is a legend and he's on my top 5 favorite of all time, my GOAT for wrestling is John Cena, and I actually am very proud to have a mini John Cena hat collection right here. These are hats that he wore throughout the years, and a lot of these are very rare, very vaulted, but I get a lot of wears in these because John Cena is pretty much my favorite wrestler of all time. And these two hats right here are some of my rarest John Cena hats that I have in my collection, man. If you don't believe me, try finding one of these. So I have quite a few more pop culture hats, but why don't we move forward? We got some BBC, Billionaire Boys Club, another classic brand. We got some Diamond Supply Company dad hats. We got a Champion branded dad hat. Also another diamond one, which is cool. Also guys, I just wanna highlight my heritage real quick. I am Filipino American, and these hats are very well represented in my rotation here. These are Filipino inspired hats, guys. As you can see, this is a New Era 5950 fitted with the Filipino flag, and you can see there in the front with the 3 stars and the sun. We also have this dope Hat Club collab, which is another beautiful hat paying homage to the Philippines. This cow here represents the famous animal known as the carabao, or carabao, however you want to pronounce it, but it's a very important animal in the Filipino and Asian cultures as well. And we also have this nice little, like almost like a pinwheel style of the Filipino flag colors. Very special hat, very old in my collection as well, but still taken well care of. Now 2 of these hats right here actually play a very important part in my life and my collection, and these, I won't go into too much detail about what these are about, but they basically were intended to raise Asian American Pacific Islander awareness. And a big shout out to Adrian Purr, man, for really having me and my wife be a part of this project. I was very proud, my wife and I were very proud to be a part of these projects, and to have some hats to remember that are just so dope to see, man. So very important, guys. Now I can go on and on and on and show you every single hat in my collection, but that would take forever to do. So I'm gonna leave you guys with one more hat that I want to showcase in this challenge video, and I'm actually wearing it today. So this hat, guys, is actually a customized hat that I got done at Lids. Shout out to you guys, of course, for making this a reality for me. But this is my custom logo here, and as you can see, it does have Rez, R-E-Z for short. That's what a lot of people call me. And on the back, it says REZRECTION. And as you can see, it's got that nice little gold color. This hat and the colorway was actually inspired by my favorite American football sports team that just so happens to be in the Bay Area. So I'll let you guys take a guess on what team that is. But I also got this design done on other hats as well, other New Era blank caps customized by Lids. Like I said, guys, hats tell a story, and that's one of the things I love about wearing caps, and I'm very passionate and proud of my collection. There's just so many hats that I'm surrounded by right now, and I could almost tell you a story about every single hat. Well, Lids, that is my response to your Ultimate Hat Collector Challenge. I hope you guys make the right decision and crown yours truly as the Ultimate Hat Collector. Now, I'm fully aware that I may not have as many hats as some of these other collectors out there, but I could tell you with high confidence that my collection is me. It's my passion, that I put so much blood, sweat, and tears into fashion, style, personality, individuality, all that stuff is in my hat collection, and I hope you guys really could see that. Just to be a part of this challenge is very humbling. Hope you guys select me if I make it in the finals. You will not regret it. On that note, thank you guys. I appreciate you all. Boy Rez, signing out. I'll see you guys real soon. Peace.